I respect every single Spider-Man in here. Does that include me?
Across the Spider-Verse. You already know the movie. One of the best animated Spider-Man films to date. Though, all that good will kind of get squandered when you rewatch the movie, and it seriously feels like the writer's trying to stick it to people who hate Miles as a character.
Are you? Who do you think you are? Really? Everywhere you go, you're an anomaly. The spider that gave you your powers wasn't from your dimension. It was never supposed to bite you. You're not supposed to be Spider-Man. You're a mistake. You don't belong here. You never did.
These all sound like arguments about Miles that I'd hear on Twitter. And once I realized that, I could never unhear them.
You're a mistake!
Speaking of $29.99, boy was it nice for this character to get a spotlight, even if his first on-screen adaptation is a bit racist.
Why won't you adopt me?
I'm not gonna say it!
Why won't you adopt me?
Because you're black!
What did the main toy companies have to offer us in terms of giving us this calm and reasonable Spider-Man in the 112 plastic retreatment? Hasbro?
Holy Jesus. What is that? What the fuck is that?
The less I talk about this figure, the less upset I become. Now, the only other company that made a Miguel is, of course, SH Figuarts, and it is a very good and solid figure. There's just, one small problem. What the actual fuck am I looking at? Bandai, have you lost your goddamn mind? But sadly, that price tag has been a huge barrier that kept me from getting this figure. And the closest thing I'll have to this is the $20.99 statue my girlfriend got me from Comic-Con. And all seemed lost. Until a little company called CT Toys came along. For the third time in a row, CT Toys has come in clutch, and you already know, I had to grab it. This figure actually feels really good in hand. CT's quality has always been on the moderately good side. Whatever pops off, you can easily fix. Well, usually. The applications are very good. He looks pretty much identical to the official one. Joints are tight, though I'm not falling for the same mistake twice, so I lubed up anything that was seemingly too tight. A copy, it was these thigh swivels. One issue I actually had worth noting is the left leg. It pops off at the hip if you put too much pressure on it, I guess. Easily fixable, just really annoying when it happens. And looking up reviews for the official $20.99 for comparison, you know, since I don't have the official one, there is one modification that is suggested in the torso, popping off the chest and swapping around the dumbbell joint so you get more range and motion out of the torso. Speaking of motion, the articulation of this figure is really solid. No corners cut, literally the same amount of articulation down to his articulated glutes. Yes, that is not a trick of the camera. His ass is oiled up because I was lubing his thighs. Shut the fuck up. You know, now that I do this little mini skit, I am also reminded about the fact that Miguel was specifically tailored to be a thirst trap. Thanks, Sony. Now, here's where things get shaken up, and what makes this version stand out from the official import. Besides the price difference, I'll get into that later though, is the accessories he comes with. Now, of course, he still comes with the hands, the webs, the two Spider Society gizmos, one of which goes on Miguel himself, and the other one can go on Gwen, but let's be real, I think this one is meant for the Lego. I don't own either of those, and even if this version is scaled down, it is really small. Do yourself a favor, please don't lose it. Now, funny enough, this accessory kind of does fit on my Sentinel Toys Miles Morales figure, but it is a very tight fit. I probably will have to go in and do a bit of modification in order to get it to fit properly, but though I don't think this one is too happy about that. He comes with two original Miguel head sculpts that take direct reference from the movie. One is a stoic but stern face, and the other one is a tweaked, roided out maniac. One of the complaints I've seen about $20.99 Miguel has to do with this head sculpt and how inaccurate it is compared to the movie. Let's talk about his expression first and foremost. Why does he look so chill? Where are the wrinkles in his face? If you watched Across the Spider-Verse, you know that Miguel looks like he's one anomaly away from tweaking the fuck out. He always looks like he's constantly done with everyone's shit pre-Miles visit. This expression does not convey that shit at all. And speaking of tweaking, I can already feel y'all coming in the comments waiting for me to call it out, so let me stop edging you about it and talk about it. What's up with his skin tone? Now, of course, I'm not going to be the one of those brain-dead retards claiming they whitewashed Miguel, despite promo images not doing them any favor to quell that accusation, but I'm going to go full nerd mode for a second. I fully believe people who know Miguel now only know him because of the Spider-Verse movie version. Little known fact, Miguel is half Irish, half Mexican. Wow, a Spider-Man that has a crippling taco addiction and spends his nights in the pub way too much. His original suit was a modified Day of the Dead costume. If you don't know, Day of the Dead is a Hispanic holiday. They should have taught you this in school. Why do I gotta tell you this? Most of his comic adaptations lean more to his Irish side looks-wise. He's more fair-skinned depending on which artist draws him. His hair is a bit more of a reddish shade of brown. And to my knowledge, he doesn't speak Spanish in the comics. At all. Not even in the games. He just talks his future lingo and that's it. Now, the movie version seems to lean more heavily into his Hispanic side. He's more tan, he even speaks fluent Spanish.
Te traje una empanada.
Qué maravilla.
And I think that is actually a very welcome shift to this adaptation. Now, let's shift back to this disappointment. That's not Miguel, that's fucking Marcus. Another thing you might have noticed is the fact that the cape is missing. Yeah, the cape that he has on for all of 3 fucking seconds in the movie, I'm not joking, he only uses it in this scene here, and it never shows up again. Hey, wait a minute. Was this piece of plastic the only reason why the official one is so fucking expensive? Huh? If there's any reason why you would ever want to get your hand on the official cape to complete the figure, I guess, the point is still present and it's still removable. But I don't need some glorified overpriced piece of plastic so the cover is staying on. And then there's the web effects. I have a question. Why are they glowing red? Miguel, if you don't know, has organic webbing in the comics, games, and cartoons. But here it feels like they're synthetic. Oh no. Neither version comes with web lines he can hold. Yeah, that's kind of weird. Scaling here is definitely where I think Miguel is perfectly fine. He stands a little under 7 inches while the original one towers over 7 inches. I think that's pretty in scale for any regular figure. Here he is next to the SH Figuarts Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, Sentinel Toys Spider-Verse Miles Morales, Revoltech Amazing Yamaguchi Spider-Gwen, Marvel Legends Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, me, and here he is next to other fellow CT Toy Spider-Man. Now, I think you all know what I'm about to say. I 100% recommend you get this figure because it puts the original one to complete fucking shame. You're getting the same amount of quality for the price of a Marvel Legends figure. I don't understand what the hell CT Toys is on, but holy shit, they are coming in clutch for being alternative options for figures that I can't afford. I'd arguably say you should get this one over the official one. Wait a fucking minute, hang on. You mean to tell me they're doing fucking Mafex figures now? Oh god, I really hope this means they're doing Mafex Venom. You know what? What if they do a Mafex Raimi Venom?